Hi, this is Ms. Winsley, and welcome to the PentHouse Digital World. This video will take you through all the different websites and different digital apparatuses you will use in this class, such as your shared folder, Quizlet, Edpuzzle, Kia, vocabulary.com. At the end of this video, you'll be able to find and access the daily agenda, find files in the PentHouse shared folder, log into your Blocks Google Classroom, access your Kia class page, Edpuzzle, vocabulary.com, and Quizlet, learn the procedure for vocabulary presentations, and learn two new procedures, self-attendance and returning papers. Let's talk about self-attendance. Once the tardy bell rings, please take notice of who is not in your group that day. Designate one person to do the following. Go to the What's Due calendar on the chalkboard. Place the absent student's first name on that day's date. For example, if a student in your group is absent today, you'd place their first name under August 27th. Quietly return to your seat and continue working on the bell ringer. We're going to begin this procedure tomorrow. Take a few minutes to look through this procedure. The next procedure we're going to talk about is returning papers. Each week, a group will be tasked with returning any graded work back to the class. During the bell ringer, assign group, locate your blocks folder on the chalkboard and grab the graded papers. One student from your group will pass back the papers to the class. For any missing students, place their graded work back in your blocks folder. Finding and accessing the daily agenda. By now, you should have been added to the Google Classroom. So, once you get to Google Drive, you should have went to your Shared With Me folder. In that Share With Me folder would be this folder right here called the PentHouse Shared folder. Now, let's go through the different files. You have the agendas, offline video lectures, article of the week archive, unit folders, 3-minute recaps, everything Fosters, which you'll learn about these folders later. And as you can see, you have several PDFs of your different vocabulary activities. Now, each day, if you want to, you can access the agenda through your PentHouse Share folder. You'll simply click on Week 1, Agendas, or the current week will end. It'll always have the date. And then you can pull up the PDF like so. Finding files in the PentHouse folder. Once again, very easy. You'll go to your Google Drive. For you, you'll click on the Google Drive icon at the bottom. You'll go to PentHouse Shared. And then depending on the file, you'll click on that folder. Let's say you want to look at a video offline because you like internet access at home. You'll simply go to the offline video lectures, click on the appropriate file, and then you'll click the download button to begin downloading the video. Logging into Google Classroom. This is very easy, actually. You'll go here. You're going to simply go classroom.google.com. It's automatically going to take you to your Google Classroom page. Now, as you can see, I have several classes. For you, you may just have whatever classes teachers have set up Google Classroom. So you'll click on your class. And you'll immediately see the first item that has been posted for you. Bam, right there, automatically for you. And from here, this is where you'll spend about 95% of your time. I'll post the agendas here. I'll post your links here. This is pretty much where you'll go. Now, let's talk about maybe turning in an assignment. As you can see, you have a question, and it says 0 done, 0 not done. So to turn in the question, you simply click on the link. Now, yours is going to actually have the question. It's going to scroll down. It's going to say your answer. And then you'll hit submit. And that's pretty much how you turn in an assignment with Google Classroom. Accessing Kia, Quizlet, Vocabulary.com, and Edpuzzle. Actually, pretty easy. You're going to go to kia.com/web. It's going to have you log into your student zone, where you'll see the name of your class. You'll click on your class. Now, once you click on your class, it's going to take you to where all of your scores are. You want to click on Class View to see all your current quizzes. I would probably go ahead and bookmark this page now. Quizlet. Pardon the interruption. Quizlet. www.quizlet.com. You should already be in the class. You should already see the first 3 sets. And from here, you're able to learn them, spell them, test them, and play a couple games. Very easy. Vocabulary.com. Also the same thing. Vocabulary.com. Now on Vocabulary.com, it allows you to also practice spelling bee. So you're able to do different things with this. So we'll be using both these. We'll be using Vocabulary.com for a lot more detailed studying for you. And then lastly, Edpuzzle is where you'll watch a large majority of the lecture videos. You'll watch them through Edpuzzle. Now, Edpuzzle has different questions throughout the course of the video that you are required to answer before you continue, and you'll watch and take notes. But it's okay. We are going to practice with this, okay? All right, and the last thing, vocabulary presentations. Every Friday, 7 to 8 students will be assigned a word contained in the following week's vocab set. The last and final item we're going to recover are vocabulary presentations. So let's talk about the gist of vocabulary presentations. Every Friday, 7 to 8 students will be assigned a word contained in the following week's vocab set. If you look at today's agenda, you'll see that the students for vocab set 2 are already populated. A vocab presenter leader will also be assigned. It is a leader's responsibility to create a Google slide presentation and share with the other vocab presenters for that week on Friday. Once shared, each presenter will create their words slide. Reading, comprehension, and literary terms will always present on Wednesday. Greek, STEM, and content terms will always present on Thursday. Now, even though not mentioned on the slide, all presentations are due by Wednesday morning. Tuesday. Now, over the course of the semester, the amount of information you teach your students will increase 4 times. You'll present a vocab presentation at least 4 times. Each of those times will be different. So your first presentation will be a basic presentation, which I'm going to show you the basic presentation samples in a moment. Presentation number 2 will be basic plus 2 required images. By the time you've reached your third presentation, you're going to do 1 and 2 plus add an 8 multiple choice assessment created by the group. Your last presentation is going to have 1, 2, and 3 that you've previously done, but now you're going to do a 10 question assessment where you're going to have at least 4 multiple choice, 2 true false, 1 short answer, and 1 fill in the blank. So let's look at what a presentation looks like. You'll always have the title, you'll have the first and last names of your students, and then of course you'll have the remaining MLA information. Let's look at the different types. Now, the most missed word or the reading comprehension term have the same requirements. You need to have the term spelled correctly, the term's parts of speech, its definition, synonym and antonym. You want to make sure that you have the word is used correctly in a sentence, and give the class 2 unique ways to remember. Remember that you are teaching your classmates this word. So for example, conscientious is an adjective, wishing to do what's right. Synonym, careful, attentive, hardworking. Antonyms, lazy, casual. Your sentence, as a teacher, I'm very conscientious to make sure I explain directions carefully. My way to remember, Jiminy Cricket, he's your conscience. He's always trying to make you, Pinocchio, do what's right. So I give you a picture of Pinocchio and then I explain it. Those are my 2 ways to remember. The next type of word you could have is a Greek stem. Here's the requirements for a Greek stem presentation. You have the term. I want you to provide the class the word's origin. It's typically going to be Latin or Greek. Is it a prefix or suffix? What's the word's meaning? You want to find 3 words that have the Greek stem in it, and then a definition of one of the words you found. For example, barrow, pressure or weight, bar or borrow. It's Greek origin. It can be a prefix, barostat, barometer, hyperbaric, barograph. And then I give you the word. A barostat is a device used to maintain pressure in a closed chamber. The last type of presentation you could get is a lit term presentation. You're going to have the term, its definition. Then you're going to give the like I'm a 5-year-old definition. Explain it as if you're talking to a kindergartner. The how and when and in what type of text do you see this lit term. And then find an example in literature or something you've read recently. So let's look at the literary term pathos. Its definition, persuasive technique that appeals to a person's emotions. Like I'm a 5-year-old, to make you want something by using how you feel. How, when, and what used to persuade. You can typically find it in editorials, commercials, or ads. An example, David Beckham. So, over the course of this video, you have learned how to find and access the daily agenda, find files in the PentHouse shared folder, log into your Blocks Google Classroom, access Kia, Edpuzzle, vocabulary.com, Quizlet, learn the procedure for vocabulary presentations, and learn a new procedure for self-attendance and returning papers.